Instagram, hey Facebook. You know me. I'm gonna say hello to you guys, let you guys get the like and share on, and then I'm gonna run and get everything else that I forgot. And there's a couple things I forgot, so stay tuned. First of all, I forgot, as I'm behind you guys, I forgot my non-slip shoes. All right, so got the shoes on. Okay, good. All right, now we're back in here. Okay, this is a mom moment day. This is a mom day where you're looking at the time clock, you're looking at the calendar, you're looking at the kitchen, you hear the request from family, and you're like, okay, I know I got to get this done because the minute I leave the house, I won't be back until who knows when or when. Okay, so you guys have watched us cooking in the other videos, and they seem epic. They seem long because I'm long-winded, and I have a lot of friends that jump on and go live with me and so forth, and I'm getting a lot of instructions. So now we're going to try and make a soup from scratch. We got a request this morning, y'all. And you know when you're a mom, you do so much for your family. And then they begin to start asking for you to do it again. You're like, because the first time they didn't really appreciate it. But then it's become a behavior and a habit. They think it's a habit that you're going to do these things. So my daughter got up. She was going to work this morning. I said, did you take some soup for lunch? She's like, well, it's just a little left. I thought I'd leave it for you. Which means somebody ate the soup and it was good. She said, well, how about tonight we go ahead and have that tomato basil with some epic, grilled cheese kind of thing. And I'm like, well, I wasn't even planning on being around y'all tonight. And so I got a couple of hours. I'm thinking, I know it's 11 o'clock right now. I've got the TV going so I can hear. I want to have this done by the time that show goes off because I want to hit the road with the weather and the traffic. I have somewhere to be at 2. Not just somewhere to be at 2. I've got to be on air at 2 today on Chandler's Corner, and it's going to be a great show. We're going to talk about This Is Us. This Is Us. That whole epic Super Bowl Sunday show that they did, and then how excellently they finished up. Was it the season finale last night? And let me give a glass on so I can say hello to everybody that's coming in. Robin Williams, Andrea, thank you so much for jumping back in. I'm going to send out some invites. Instagram, you have not seen this. You've only seen me posting the latest stories and coming back trying to surmise what we did. I thought I'd go ahead and bring you guys in live and let you watch the whole epic thing take place, unfold. Hopefully nothing seriously unfold because we got a great guest today on Chandler's Corner talking about This Is Us and things that happen in the kitchen. Now I'm hanging out in the kitchen like I knew that it was going to take me all of this to get started. So I took my pan off the eye because I was about to put some hot oil in there, let the oil get hot. And I'm like, well, once you get started, something might not go right. Take your time. Stop. Breathe. Grab your glass of your lemon water to get your day started. In fact, I'm going to do that in a red cup here. We got some red cups in the house. Red cups in the house because we got our red uniform on, our binge on buzz. Speaking of which, I need to flip Facebook around here. Hopefully don't give me one of those faces, but I'm going to flip you guys around because I can. And that way you can read the shirt, binge on buzz. And this is like just out of the dryer, so you can tell it's still a nice fit. Second wash on these shirts. And the shirts are available. If you want to get a binge on buzz, a DryerBuzz shirt. We also have a Buzzard or Bastion shirt coming. I'll give you a link at some point. And we wanted to do a Super Bowl sale of the shirts, but I got busy. Again, all the hats that I wear. So I'm going to reach in the fridge, and I'm going to talk to you about, first and foremost, those of you like me who can't stand to drink water. Somebody has given us this heads up on the infusing the water, which we knew, but hey, this one is infused with lemon, basil, and ginger. So I'm going to pour me a good glass of that. Go ahead and give the organs some hydration. And you can't see it. That's why I don't drink out the red cup, because you can't see it. I'm going to pour it in another cup. Dirty up the dishes. Why don't I? I was like, why am I using those cups instead of my red cups? So you can see it. But that's how potent that is. What I do now, once I get down, remember we made this fresh. Once it gets down to that, you see how potent that is? I'm just basically going to add some more water to it and let it sit. Hey, Yate. I'm going to add some more water to it and let that work itself out again. And you can see it has like a little bit of foam on top of it, but still, look how potent that is. And I'm gonna let that sit inside there. Again is my lemons. I'm gonna sit that over here with the books. Can you guys see that? What do we have in the shot? What kind of shot you got for them, Yolanda? Let me go over here and give y'all the shot. Let's get the shot in the shot. You don't need all that fridge. How about that? Because we got our books sitting here because this ain't that book club. And I have a book sitting here that I want to talk about. But I'm going to try and do a multitude of things. So, hey, James Adams, y'all my mentor. Y'all wonder, how did DryerBuzz become DryerBuzz? That man right there. How did she hone in on all of her passion? How did she become a blogger, author, activist, advocate? I'm not an activist anymore. I'm a retired activist. I ain't going to jail for nobody else. I'm sorry. I ain't marching. But I will write the story. Okay, I will write the story. I've done my 20 and 30 years. I got to sit down somewhere. But I will write the story of those activists that are out there. I'm an advocate for activists, and that's how I'm an advocate for that activist right there. You don't know an activist that's not using a technique from that man right there, James Adams. All right, let me see. Okay. So, and on top of that, he's from Chicago, so don't start none, won't be none, all right? His motto is, you either lead, you follow, or you just get out the way. Okay, so for those of you, my busy moms trying to figure out, I love what DryerBuzz is cooking over there. I just don't have the time. I never thought I had the time. You have the time. A little bit of prep. So remember, we only used half of our onions last night. I'm going to toss those in a pan. I'm going to do the layering like Jason has told us to do. I'm going to let the onions caramelize or become see-through. And then I'm going to toss in my herbs to that and my garlic. I'm going to toss in the garlic. And then I think that's how we do it. Toss in the garlic. Then I'm going to throw in my mushrooms, my tomatoes, then my herbs. And then I'm just going to put the broth on there. And I'm going to let that come to a boil. Let that simmer, reduce down. And we're going to have some amazing tomato basil soup. Now, I brought out all the herbs because I think I want to add... I really like that deal. I'm trying to get in the shot for both guys because Facebook is backwards or one is backwards. I really like that deal. I may not use the time, but I may. I don't know. I may just go all in because when you think about the difference, what I'm learning about natural herbs in their real form as opposed to the seasonings and things that we're shaking is this is what's in the season. When you read the ingredients on your favorite seasoning, you will find a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So I don't think it'll matter if I use them all or not. And I think we're going to end up getting that rich flavor that we've come to love from cooking from scratch. So one thing Jason said too, if I had some twine, which we talked about twine yesterday, I could just make a nice twine of these and just drop them in. The dill he had me cut up, the basil he had me cut up, but then the thyme we just kind of dropped in. I had a girlfriend that had a company and she spelled her thyme that way. So, this ain't that book club. This ain't that. Every time I said book, I cut myself off. Time is so bomb. Gotta use it. Okay, gotcha. See, I got some help over here. Thank you so much, those of you that are jumping in over here on Instagram. So. This ain't that book club. Since we're in the kitchen, I didn't have time to go out and shop for a book, but I grabbed this book that I got for Christmas because my daughters heard me talking about my new fascination in the kitchen and my new fascination. We want to come in the kitchen with a sister. I want to come in the kitchen with a black woman. I'm sorry, y'all. What did Robin Thede said? Give black women their money. We are starting to see and hear about Aisha Curry being everywhere. One of the things I asked for Christmas was the Aisha Curry cookware. Hold on. Okay, good. He's sending me questions for the thing today. So, I told them to hold off on her cookware because I noticed they didn't have the protective handles. And my cooking habit, and that handle even is hot right there, my cooking habits are not quite there yet to have such a professional cook set. I got to build up that, okay? But I am going to get a pan because I learned yesterday if I'm going to enjoy making soups, I need a larger pan to get these onions and all these vegetables and all this stuff that goes in because you have to put a lot in because it does cook down. So I did get the cookbook in my stocking. As you know, my children have heard me say to you guys over and over and over, for every occasion give somebody a book, for every occasion give a kid a basket of books. So the Aisha Curry cookbook. Now unfortunately, Aisha Curry, I didn't see a tomato basil soup in there. She does have some soups and starters, some soups and salads, and different things like that. But I did not. Whoa, wait a minute. Which one is that? Oh, that's some jam. Okay. But I did not see. Oh, she's got. What we are going to do in hers is her breads. She's got some great breads in here. But she's got porridge. She's got breakfast items. She has got sweets. She's got cocktails and smoothies. I see a latte. I see some potatoes, oven roasted potatoes with lime, cucumber salad. She's got a Papa Alexander's meatloaf, balsamic lamb chops, Jamaican curry chicken, olive, pork chops, and apples. That's a great Southern staple. People in the South always love to infuse their fruit. Orange thyme chicken thighs and carrot puree. Okay, now I love cooking a good chicken thigh, and that's why I can't go vegan. I can't go vegan. But what I will do is reduce my meat consumption, and what we're doing with the veggies is just trying to get to something easily digestible. Now, I was hoping as I got in front of you guys today that you would compare this video to last week's video. And this whole thing about women, we no longer have abs of steel. So when we enjoy a couple of good meals, we look like we about to deliver triplets. And that video last week, I was like, whoa. I'm like, I am doing my Binge on Buzz t-shirt, all kind of injustice. So hopefully the silhouette looks a little bit different. Plus I started doing that planking with Jason, so I'm getting that little pull in the waist. And then too, I got the courage to get on the scale, and the scale wasn't as bad as I thought it was. So I'm feeling a little good about myself. And I hope you guys are too. All right. Look, so before I even said something, she said, you looking skinny. Because, thank you. Bless your heart. Before I even said it. Thank you so much. Kathy Askew, so good to see you as well. And again, you guys jumping in on Instagram. So, I'm listening to one of my TV shows. Hope you guys don't really hear that. I'm only listening because time. So I know when they go to break, I need to have this food on. Okay, so busy mom, I got to be somewhere at 2 o'clock. Can I leave my family a hearty soup? One of the reasons we decided to do soups was because the groundhog saw a shadow and said, hey, listen, it's going to be a little rough. We got a little rough weather. It's a rainy day. They're going to be coming in for a rainy day. Damn, we sound like the Beavers or the Cosbys, but it really ain't that pretty. So they're going to be coming in from a rainy day. And they're going to have a hot soup on the stove, which they're going to need to reheat because I ain't going to use the crock pot. Not after this is us. I'm not going to leave the crock pot. I know crock pot is like, listen, that was the crock pot of the 80s, 70s, 80s. This is, what 70s? This is the crock pot of the new day. I need a new crock pot, as a matter of fact. Send me one. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and try to remember all the things that Jason taught us on the other soup, and hopefully y'all remember as well. My olive oil, and liberal amount of olive oil, because the olive oil is going to mix in. Of course, first of all, it's going to go into all these different vegetables that I'm going to put in there, and I probably could even go a little bit more. I'm going to let that get hot, get sizzled, so when I put my onion in, now I know tomato basil, that's not really anything, but I got all this onion left, so we're going to improvise this soup. And we're an onion-loving family. We love onion on everything. And I'm not even going to dice this down. We love how it came out in the French onion soup yesterday. So I think it'll be healthy. He said not to even slice up my tomatoes. So I think it's going to make for a real nice hearty bowl of onion, tomato, and mushroom. Now, I know I said tomato basil, but these are a couple of things that we love. We love onion, we love mushroom, and we love tomato. And so I'm going to just put them all in there and see what we end up with. I think we're going to end up with a heart. Thank you so much. I think we're going to end up with a very hearty bowl of soup. Unfortunately, like I said, it's not in our Aisha Curry book. But again, we have it. We're going to make some of her breads because I really want to learn how to make bread. I'm always jealous when I watch those cooking shows. They can just walk into their kitchen and grab some flour and some baking soda, baking powder, and just whip up a loaf. Because one thing about it, if you can make bread, you will never go hungry. I do have also some of that Italian baguettes left that we didn't fix out. I'm so glad I didn't fix them all. So we're gonna have some more cheese toast with that tonight as well. All right, so as soon as we get a little bit of heat coming out of this, literally, I'm just going to put all this in. I'm going to move our cookbook out. I'll put our cookbook over here. How can we get our cookbook resting there? Our book of the week. You gonna stand there for me, Aisha Curry? There you go. Okay, this ain't that book club, but there's our book of the week in the kitchen. All right, Angela is watching as well. Okay, so the only thing I need to do, because everything else is going in pretty much whole, is figure out what we're gonna do as far as the herbs. And look at that. Don't you want to eat that? Don't you want to? And this is basically what I had left. I had a third of the dill left. I have the basil and I have some thyme, each of which he said to just rinse. So I'm gonna go in with all of this left. Basil. And one thing I know, it smells so good already. One thing that I did notice is last night, I actually used a little bit more than I would have normally used, you know, and I'm so excited about that. So my oil is ready, and that's what we got. I'm going to bring that off the eye for a second, because I'm meeting with the DeKalb County Fire Rescue today. I don't want to start a fire in my kitchen. All right, so you heard that sizzle, so we're just going to get that stirring around. We'll go back on the oil here in a second. So, screenshot, liberal amount already it smells divine. These are the onions that I had left from the other meal. I actually have another one because we actually prepared chopped onions for the tomato, but we actually love the large onions, so I guess it ain't tomato basil. So I'm put that back on there on the eye there, and let those onions break down. I'm supposed to let them go until I can see through, and then they get a little caramelized. So I'm gonna grab just a little bit of thyme. I'm not gonna cut the thyme. I'm gonna rinse it all off. I know that. Let me rinse this part. I'm gonna rinse and paper dry my herbs. I'm trying to remember my lessons, y'all. All right, and then I'm gonna try not to get my iPad wet there. And then we're gonna just get that in the paper towel, because we don't want to throw in wet herbs into that hot oil. So we're just going to dry our herbs back off. And he said to, don't chop them up too much, because he said the more you cut them, the more oil ends up on your cutting board as opposed to in your dish. Let me make sure I keep up these comments. Good morning to everyone from California. Hey, Laura. So what I'm doing, I'm just patting dry my herbs, because I don't want to throw them into hot oil wet, but we definitely want to rinse them. So I'm just drying those off. I'm going to roll them up and just give them just a couple of cuts. He said to take my herbs. I'm going to cut off the stem just a little bit here. I'm going to get my little knife there. My knife! And just cut off just the end of it to get that nice and fresh. I'm going to toss around my onions here. Let me turn this down a little bit. Already, it smells so good up in here. And the funny part about it, when I made the soup yesterday, I left out to go pick up my daughter. And she opened the car door, and she just went like this. What did you cook? And I was smelling so good, y'all. Let me tell y'all, this stuff smells so good. So you line up your herbs. See that? I've got my herbs all lined up here. Let me bring you guys down to the board a little bit. There we go. Am I still in the shot? The board's in the shot. Let me see Instagram. Let me get you guys over there. Okay, I'm trying to get all in the shot. Let me see, I need to come back. So everybody in the shot. All right, he said first you're just going to cut it in half, right? And then you're going to bring it side by side. You're going to cut it one more time. Okay, bring that side by side. And then just, little bits, not too small, not too large. And this is my basil and my, and I'm not going to go, he said, don't try to go all back over it and all that kind of stuff. Keep it a nice size. So, I'm just trying to remember my lessons. Stirring my onions over here. And again, he recommended, and don't forget we're going to throw in the thyme. We're just going to throw in the thyme whole. We can always take that out. So I'm not going to use a lot of thyme, because I don't know what that's going to, I don't know how much to use or not. What did I do with my thyme? I rinsed off. All right, so did I put time in that? No, I put the time back. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get another napkin here and dry this off. This I'm not even gonna chop this up because we wanna just leave that in there like that, okay? And this is what he was saying, just kind of tie it up and just drop it in there, swig in there. All right, so we used all our dill, we used all our basil. So as you can see, if you buy fresh herbs, this amount only went into 2 dishes. So you definitely need to keep herbs on hand. And you want to keep them fresh. One thing about cooking fresh and scratch, let me try to get in the shot over there. One thing about cooking, let me bring you guys over just a little bit. Okay, there we go. One thing about cooking from scratch, guys, is you can't do like we used to do and go shopping and fill up the freezer and think herbs and vegetables are gonna last for weeks at a time. That's gone. Cooking like this, like I just use all my herbs in 2 dishes. I don't want to have extra in there. I want to go back to the store. I wanted that lifestyle, so I've arranged my life to the point where I can go fresh shopping, and I have a couple of local stores that I support with that. Like say for instance, my mushrooms, you know, they look like they wouldn't have lasted an extra day. It's like these things got to be cooked right away. And what I'm trying to do is get away from canned goods and frozen foods. One, because the processed foods, and not to shade any brand, any lifestyle out there, but the processed foods is one of the reasons that we got so many dialysis centers in our neighborhoods, okay? And if y'all don't know what's going on in our communities, from 4 to 6 a.m., you'd be surprised how many people are rolling out of their homes from 4 to 6 a.m. because they got to go to dialysis, and then they got to go, and when they're in so much pain and discomfort trying to get to dialysis, and then that's going to take a lot out of them. And some of them, you know, are on it for life, you know. And you know how we are. Everybody, y'all ain't out there trying to give up a whole lot of organs. I'm just saying. So my grease is getting a little smoky here. So I want to make sure I'm paying attention to this like I'm paying attention to you guys. And I think my onions are ready for the one thing I have not cut up yet. So I'm going to let that go just another second or two. Because the one other thing I need is a gorgeous piece of garlic. And I have some fresh garlic right here, right in the distance there. So you basically smash that down, we've learned. And then it just comes right out of the hull. I think you call it hull, peeling, shading, whatever you call it. We ain't learned that terminology yet. But it, too, is going to be gorgeous. See that garlic? See how I did that? I didn't reach for a dried. I reached for a piece of garlic. And I'm like, and it took me forever to get the confidence to bring some garlic up in here. And again, I'm going to just cut off the edge of that. And we're going to give this a nice chop. And it's going to go right on top of that, right on top of those onions there. And my knife skills, I'm learning, guys. I am not a chef. I'm not trying to pretend to be one on live stream. I am but a mom who's been out of her kitchen for the past 20 years, came back into the kitchen in my caregiver space, and now I fell in love with it, and I'm learning a little bit more. So I'm going to toss that garlic in there. And I probably could even use a little bit more garlic. I got another little piece up here. Let's go for another little piece. Let's go for another little piece since I got like one more up here. And see, I think I got about 2 up here. And again, when we're using, what I'm learning, y'all, and using these things in their natural state, I find that we could be a little bit more liberal because, 1, it's 100% garlic. 2, it's not one of those sprinkled, what do you call it, dried things that's got garlic in it. And it's you buy a bottle of garlic, and then but you look at the ingredients and there's like 15 things. Why are there 15 things on the ingredient? I just want garlic. This is just garlic. Just a couple more big pieces there. All right, so my onions are literally ready over here. Now that garlic is in there, I'm stirring the onion and the garlic. We're trying to make soup during one course of one show. My onions are getting a little brown there, caramelized. I hope that's caramelized. So, but I gotta let the garlic go. I'm told. I think at this point I also added a little bit more oil because I want the oil to mix with the tomato. Tomatoes have got to go in here. Mushrooms have got to go in here. And then I'm gonna just, after that, the herbs and all that, I'm just gonna add stock. Now I have my oil on the stove, so it's a little warm, so it won't, so I won't lose. Even though I can stand to lose a little bit of temperature here, because it is kind of hot. So, I'm telling you, good food make you dance, y'all. All right, he said to let the garlic go a little bit till you get a change in the smell of it. I should probably be able to recognize that. But once it becomes one, now this is where it smells kind of like the Chinese food, okay? Onions and garlic. Think about pepper steak. A pepper steak is what? A bunch of onions and bell pepper and a little bit of meat, right? Oh, I could probably make pepper steak at this point. All right, so we don't have all day. We got a time fix. I'm gonna make a little nice little well there, and I'm gonna go in with. This is why I get confused because I don't remember. I'm thinking about my video last night. You know what? This is a good part. I can go to my Instagram. I can go to my Instagram and see when did I put in the I can go on my Instagram and my Insta stories and I can watch. Y'all can watch with me. Okay, see there's the onions, the garlic. When did I put in the herbs? Okay, now we put in the herbs. I don't need that on there. I don't want that going in the pan. So now I'm going to just toss in my herbs. And then I'm going to drop that in there. All right, so now we put in the herbs. See that? That's why you got, and then we put in the mushrooms. Okay. Now we know, so now we're going to get our herbs stirred around there. And I need a picture of that. There we go. So let me grab a photo. And see, this is me cooking and trying to document. And you see why I need to document, because you see why I need to document. Hey guys, we're at it again. This time it's going to be some tomato soup. Look at all that goodness. Hey guys, we're at it again. This time it's going to be some tomato soup. Look at all that goodness. Hey guys, we're at it again. Oh my God, this smells so good. Look at all that goodness. Hey guys, we're at it again. This time it's going to be some tomato soup. Look at all that goodness. Like my herbs are trying to pop out the pan. Stop playing. Stop playing. Get your tail on up in there. Screenshot, screenshot. All right. So, okay. For those of you that are on Instagram, you've seen the snaps. Let me send that. You've seen the snaps that we've done. And I wanted to come in the kitchen today because usually when you watch me cooking, it's a lesson. I'm getting a cooking lesson. Hold on. Time to put in the herbs, then mushrooms, and tomatoes. I got to read more because she just gave me the answer I was searching for. Most of the time when you watch me cooking, I have a cooking coach in the video with me. And I'm learning step by step, or I have people jumping on doing an interview. I wanted to come in and show that you can make a nice hearty lunch or dinner for your family while you're watching a view of the reel. I got the reel playing on in the background. I actually feel like I want to turn it down a little bit. Seems like it's either I'm leaving it too long or something. But anyway, it looks good. It smells good. Those herbs are in there. Now we're going to go with our, what she said? Time to put in the herbs, then mushrooms, then tomatoes. So now we're going to go with our mushrooms. All right. And I'm going to use the mushrooms whole because I'm trying to make a big hearty soup. Right? I can break these mushrooms down just a little bit. They are kind of big. We'll break them down just a little bit just to get some of that some of the oil out of the mushroom. Right? Okay. So now we got our mushrooms in there. And for those of you that's kind of creating content for what you're doing, basically what I'm doing on Instagram snaps is I'm just grabbing little snaps and I'm loading them to Instagram. So then when I finish, I can just go back and download them onto my phone and make a nice little quick video, which I'll then put on YouTube and share it in the groups. Now, keep in mind, this is not Tuesday cooking day. It's Wednesday. This ain't that book club. Our book today is by Aisha Curry. Aisha Curry has television shows out there. She has got a whole entire cookware. Y'all, there is a black woman in the Target cooking aisle now. So go and get her. She has a wonderful set of dishes. Not dishes, but she has some dishes. She had a couple of great pieces. But she's got an entire cook set. And I wanted it for Christmas, but then I was like, hold on, let me get my skill up a little bit, because I don't want to get it and burn it up. But I think I'm going to put it on the list for Mother's Day. How about that? Mother's Day is coming. Get your Aisha Curry. All right, so everything is pretty much ready here. I think I can go in with my tomatoes. Now, Jason said to go ahead and just dump my tomatoes in whole and let them actually break down. I was thinking that myself because these are kind of big, so I kind of want to. I kind of want to give a little slice, don't you think? I feel like I need to kind of break them down because I want that tomato juice to really come out of it, and because of time. You know, if I had the time to really let these tomatoes sit and open and pop open and all that, I don't think I have that kind of time. So we're going to. Watch, I'm going to bring this off just a little bit. I feel like it's cooking kind of fast anyway, so I'll bring it off just a little bit. Well, you see immediately when it came off, the cooking went down. But I want to try to do this so you guys can really feel like you can make these meals, you know, and not just have to watch us on here. I'm going to put that back on the eye because that cooking went really down. So what I'll do is, something's ringing. Yeah, I'm gonna cut these. I'm only gonna do 2 batches of them. 1 batch is for something else. So I'm just cutting them in half. Otherwise, if I had the time, I would. Is that T&E? No, I don't know. Is that T&E's? T&E's, is that you? Help me, because I'm trying to remember your Facebook name. All right. So otherwise, I would let them. I will put them in whole and let them sweat and do all that stuff that everybody says a tomato will do. But I'm afraid that I don't have the time to do that because I don't want this to become a full-on hour video. I want people to know that in probably about a good 30 minutes, you can go in your kitchen and you can make a nice hearty soup for your family or a meal for your family. I mean, and this actually was the makings of last week. These were the actual ingredients to a wonderful spaghetti sauce that I learned how to make instead of using a jar of sauce. And I said, well, you know, it tastes like tomato soup. I want to come back and try that one more time. So I want everybody to feel like they can do this. You can do this. I hadn't been in the kitchen in 20 years. And here I am, and I look like a pro. At least I hope I look like a pro. I think I look like a pro. I keep a coach in there because I don't know what I'm doing. And I make a video, and I document what I've done so I can go back like you saw me do right there. I went and let me go grab my Instagram and see how do I layer this stuff. See how fast I'm just giving one cut on these tomatoes, just so that when I put them in there, I don't have to wait for them to pop open to get that good tomato juice out of there. Tossed in those herbs. Basically what we did was, as soon as the reel came on, we put that hot oil in the pan. We then put our onions in there. We came back off of that. We added in the garlic. And then we did the herbs. So we got the garlic and the onions loving on each other. And then we threw in a threesome with the herbs. And then we went in with the mushrooms. And then we're going in with the tomatoes. And we took it off the fire just because I needed a little extra time there. I would not have done that because you don't want to be having that heat going up and down, up and down, up and down. So we're going to go now. Oh, that's a nice shot. Let me get a picture of that. And then let's get it back over here with a little sizzle on that. And that, y'all, in and of itself, is the makings of tomato soup, pasta sauce. I'm telling you, think about making your own pasta sauce. How many times have you purchased a jar like me of pasta sauce, but then you do something and take it up a notch? You want to add in some extra vegetables. Well, that jar of pasta sauce is very simply some sauteed tomatoes, okay? So think about that. So now that I got my sizzle back, I'm going to get my picture of it. Let's see here. All right, so, because I want all these little elements. So now, and as you can see, that's why I need to graduate to the Aisha Curry cookware. As her book flies off my counter there. How did I have that book sitting there? Okay, I hate when something don't work no more. We had it sitting there, didn't we? Girl, stop playing. What did you do? Okay, so as you can see, this is why I need a larger pan. What's going on over here? Oh, we don't have room to save. I don't need to save that. All right. Hey, Regina. Hey, sweetheart. How are you? That's my one of my classmates and my Scorpio mate. Her birthday was, I think, the day after mine, if I remember. So let me bring this over and show you guys in the pan there. This is the making of spaghetti sauce or tomato soup. Now, we did this last week, and we made spaghetti sauce, but it tasted so much like tomato basil soup that we're going for tomato basil soup at this point. So, basically, I'm going to let this cook down, let it enjoy its sizzle, get it all mixed in there. It's so gorgeous, guys. It's so gorgeous. And the wonderful thing about it, what I love is, what's in the pan is everything that I put in the pan. I bought my ingredients at a local store, a local vegetable store that's called the Farmer's Table, which means that the items went from the farm to the store to the table. And I don't have to worry about any added side effects. And then people are already jumping on here saying within 1 week of a couple of dishes, I look entirely different. Somebody even said it was kind of sexy. So, and we're just basically, I want you guys to kind of watch this silhouette of mine change. As you know, like last week, my stomach was like, whoo. Everything I ate, honey, was still with me. So, what we're going to do here, you know, how is that going to become soup? Everything's going to cook down. It's going to be a hearty soup. What I can do, there's a couple things I can do. Is I can leave it a nice chunky soup. You know how you go to the store and they have like, you know, the basic broth strained soup, pureed soup, and then they have the chunky, right? So I'm kind of torn as to whether I want it to be, what I want it to be. So what I'm thinking of, I'm going to take a portion of it out of it. I'm going to take about a third out of it. I'm going to put it in my NutriBullet. I'm going to puree it, and I'm going to add that back to some of the chunky ingredients. So that's going to be I'm not going to puree all of it because I don't want just your basic. I don't want a bisque. I think, and we're learning technology of. I don't want necessarily a bisque, which would be kind of like a soup that's more. Hey, stand and make soup. Soup is all mine. So soup is my lane. Okay. So I don't want so much of a bisque, and I don't want so much of just a broth soup. So I'm going to take a portion of that. I'm going to put it in the NutriBullet, and then I'm going to put that back in there as my thickener. So I'm going to have it. So it's going to be thick, somewhat thick. And let me just show you. This is how I know. Look at the juice that I'm getting now that the tomatoes are in there. Can y'all see that juice cooking? That juice in there? See that juice in there? So I'm going to toss that in. So that's what's coming out of the tomatoes. What are we on time? Let me see. 30 minutes, y'all. We are just 30 minutes in this, and we are letting this reduce down. So, like I said, I'm going to take some of this out, and once all this good juices, once I see my tomatoes collapse, then I know I'm where I want to be. And that's when you can decide if you want spaghetti sauce or soup. Look at that. How many of you have tried to go to the store and tried to find a jar of tomato soup look like that? Nah, you ain't gonna get it. And you don't know what else is in there. Don't you hate when you read the ingredients and you like, Wait, what is all this? I just want some garlic. Look at the tomatoes. Oh my God. Look at my tomatoes. My tomatoes are collapsing. That's what we want. See that? See the sweat? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'm going to bring it back up just a little bit since I turned it down. This, I'm getting exactly what I want. I'm getting the thickness. I see the oils mixing in with the juices. My tomatoes are starting to collapse. My mushrooms are looking good. It smells good. It's popping. Oh, yeah, look at those tomatoes. They are done for, honey. They are done for. I still feel like I can have a little bit more oil up in here. But there's a thickness going on that when I add the broth, that I'm going to have exactly what I want. We're trying to make hearty tomato soup in less than an hour. All right. I'm getting the thickness. I'm describing homemade tomato soup, and I love it. Okay, one more look so you guys can see the bubbling going on there. See that? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a portion of this. I don't want a lot, but I'm going to take a little bit of it because I want to put it in the NutriBullet. And then I'm going to get ready to add in my stock. And that's what he was saying, to make sure that my thyme goes in there with that sprig of thyme. So I'm going to put some in the bullet. All right, and then I'm going to keep some for the hardiness of it. All right, so we're going to bullet that. And you know what? I might want to add a little bit of oil to that, because I'm going to hit that. I want to hit that with the broth. So, guys, look at that. See that? See what I'm saying? Now can I get the top off of it? Look at that. 45 minutes. 45 minutes. Look at this, y'all. Look at that. Oh, my God. Look at that. Ouch. Ouch. That's hot. You know what I forgot to do? The one step I forgot to do is I have not tasted it. And you know what I forgot? My salt. I forgot my salt. Even though I got all these good herbs and spices. Oh, my God. Look at that. I forgot to salt my onions. That's the one thing I forgot to do. And I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to salt it. All right, so what you're looking at right here is I took some of the ingredients and I just put it in the NutriBullet just to get a nice sauce out of that to thicken it up. Now I'm just going to hit it with the broth. And we got our tomato soup in less than 45 minutes. All right. Y'all forgot to tell me the salt. And notice even though I forgot the salt, it's still darn well delicious. So there you go. Look at that. See what I did? I took some of those ingredients and I put them in to the NutriBullet, and now I've got my soup, and all I have to do at this point, bring it back to a boil, to which I'm now going to just add, I'm going to bring it to what I want with my broth. My broth is going to go in, and we got soup. We got homemade soup for our family in less than 45 minutes. Adding vegetable broth. All that goodness, y'all. OMG. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? Not out of a jar. Didn't take a lot. 45 minutes. All it has to do now is reduce down. I'm actually going to transfer it to to a soup pot because I want to go in because it's still kind of thick, and I definitely want to go in with a little bit more broth. So, trying to find one that's not too big. Not too much. Where is my paper towel? I'm letting that simmer. I got too much going on. I'm trying to avoid my iPad. I don't want to get any of this water on my iPad. All right, so I'm going to put that in the pot here and clean up my mess. I'm going to put it in the pot so I can add a little bit more broth to it. I'm going to give it another taste, make sure I got all the seasoning in there. I think I want to put in a little bit of the chipotle. That's insane. That is insane. Insane, y'all. Oh my God, that is insane. OMG. The only thing I forgot to do was to salt my onions and add in my chipotle. I'm trying to think what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna dab just a little bit of Worcestershire because I don't want to change the color and texture. Just a little bit of Worcestershire. Just a little bit. Then I'm going to hit it off with some smoked paprika. And that's it. Stop. Right there. I'm going to get that stirred in. It's nice and hearty. It's nice and thick because we did the NutriBullet. This will be totally different it'll be a nice clear vegetable soup if I didn't do the puree and the tomatoes in there. So I want to get it in. I'm trying to think. I might keep it in here, but I feel like I want to go in a little bit more. But no, I think I'm going to leave it in this pot. I think I'm going to leave it just like this. OMG. Yeah, I don't think we need another pot because I don't think I want to thin it out anymore. In fact, I know I don't. Let me get some of this mess up. See, I'm even losing a little bit here. I could get that in there, but no. I'm going to let this cook down. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. 46, we're done. We're done. We're just simmering. 45 minutes. And probably less than that if I wasn't entertaining an audience. Then I would have remembered to salt my onions. Because one of the reasons Jason said, or all my cooks, my chefs say, you want to salt your onion because that's going to help the onion actually become sweeter. How many times have you heard, putting a little salt on something sweet? If I had salted my onions, I'd have got a little bit more sugar out of my comments. I kept saying something was different about my onions. Remember me saying something's different about my onions? It's good in tomato soup. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I know. I'm getting there. You see, I'm getting there. Let me rinse these things off, and then I'm going to plate it up for you guys and let you see a bowl of it. Let me see if I got another. I'm not going to make any toast because I'm literally about to run out of this door. I don't even get a chance to eat any. Well, I guess if I'm going to plate one, I might as well eat a little something. I got a mess going on here. I know that much. Let me see. And the onions, we prepped the onions yesterday. We had onions left over from yesterday's meal. Lemon. I'm going to go in with a little bit of lemon. Just a little bit of lemon juice on that as well. We got our thyme left. So we now know what flavors thyme will bring out. So we got that. I actually probably could have did a little celery in there. Put our broth. I need a little bit more broth. It's going to cook down. And usually you end up, one thing about the broth, you end up using all of it really. But I'm gonna reserve some broth just in case we need to kind of come back and, because I don't know, once I let it sit here today and family comes in and eat, you know, it might still continue to thicken up, so I'll probably come back and just thin it out a little bit more later on, because it's really thick. It's really thick. I really could, and it's not so much a biscuit, it's not so much like a, that smoothie consistency. It does have a nice color. It does have, it's kind of thin. I'm making a mess though. But I can feel like a little bit of drag to it, only because I kept some of the vegetables nice and chunky. I kept the vegetables chunky. I only pureed a part of it. Let me see. Where's our Valentine's Day bowl? Let's get our Valentine's Day shot going here. Let me get some of this stuff out the way, and we will plate up. I'll go ahead and do a quick piece of toast. We got time. We got time for a quick piece of toast. I don't have to really be out. And then I still have a whole thing of tomatoes in case I want to make something else. Nope, that's not going in the fridge. Tomatoes stay on the counter, we're learning. We've learned tomatoes stay on the counter. All right, let's rinse this off. Tomatoes stay on the counter, people. Where is my sign? There it is. Let's get that going. Get our, and then look at the cleanup. Look at the cleanup. What's with the cleanup? All we gotta do is sweep up the floor, wash down a couple of items. We used our cookie mat. We used our NutriBullet. We used a knife, a spoon, a serving thing. We got a bowl that the onions were in because we did our onions yesterday. Our gadget, we gotta take that gadget back to the store. That wasn't too helpful. We still ended up having to cut those onions by hand. All we did was use a knife and a cutting board. All right, so we got our nice little Valentine's Day dish that we got at the dollar store for $1. It's a potpourri dish, but we made soup with it. Hey. All right, so what I'm going to do now, let me give that another stir, and then I'll serve up. I will serve up a bowl of tomato soup. Wait a minute, I got that on broil. I'm going to do a quick piece of cheese toast to go with it. A hearty meal in an hour. That's so pretty, I know. Lemon gives it fresh. Did I stir in the lemon? Captain Jack wants to come in. Let me see. There he is. Let me see. Is he still there? Captain Jack, are you still there? He's coming in on the Instagram side. Let's see what we get, if we get him. There he is. Hey, what's going on, my man? Are you headed? You headed to hook up? Wait, first of all, how's the weather and traffic out there?
Oh yeah, the weather is just what you ordered. Liquid sunshine.
Are you serious? So I'm gonna be joining Captain Jack, guys. He's live with me over here on Instagram. He's actually coming with us today on air. We're gonna talk about kitchen safety. We're gonna talk about some things that have changed. I'm trying to get a piece of toast out of here, Captain Jack.
I hear you.
So go ahead, tell everybody what you got going on.
So we have a lot, and I certainly thank you all. Thank you, DryerBuzz, for welcoming me to your audience. You know, let me just say this: this young lady right here, DryerBuzz, has really been the focal point of my growth in social media. Not only personally, but professionally for the fire service. It was because I was watching this young lady, well, not just because I was watching her, because I went in to an interview that she had with me at another station that I was first introduced to this whole streaming thing. It was like the chicken pox. It jumped on me. And I said, I got to do this. I got to figure this thing out and read all these comments. But I said, I got to do this.
Right.
And I was able to leverage all that and get approval from not only the department, the fire department, for whom I work, the DeKalb County Fire Rescue. Shoot that out to DCFR, but with DeKalb County government. And of course, that came with trust that they knew that I would stream the appropriate proper things, and I would put out the information, say fire safety education, to the masses, and from there, as they say in Hollywood, the rest has literally been history. So shout out to DryerBuzz and the mentorship that I got from her. I did more listening to her and watching of her than I did really asking questions. Just really trying to pick up a lot that she had. She is a great, well, so all y'all that are resting on you need to go ahead and tag this young lady, friend her, learn off. She's done not only here on social media, but proven fixture here in the Atlanta area with, gee whiz, probably nearly 30 years of PR work. There's 20. Don't forget 27 ways. Y'all better get her stuff. Quit tripping. She's gonna have 20. She's gonna have 27 ways to tell you something. Social media, blogging. Yeah, don't sleep on her. Don't let the red hair fool you. Don't sleep on this young lady. But what we're gonna be bringing today, we're gonna be talking about fire safety in the kitchen. We're gonna be talking about appliance fire safety. Everything from what to look for when you're buying an appliance. What does the UL label on the back mean?
Right.
Checking your fire extinguishers at the house, which you all should have. How do I need to check it? What's the mnemonic behind how to use it? Checking your smoke alarms. How often should I check them? Do I need to use a 9-volt battery to change it, or do they come with a 10-year lithium battery? Ooh, I just told you something. Your fire escape plan. If you have a smoke or fire emergency, have you planned with your family? Do you think in smoke-filled conditions, would you know the difference between your back door or your pantry door? Uh-oh. So we're going to talk about some of that. How to make sure. So as she is now, she's in the kitchen cooking. Is your kitchen cooked safe? In other words, are you exercising all the things you need to do to make sure you don't wind up down to Grady? Because let me tell you something about Grady. Grady's got a really nice burn center down there. I mean, it's all the bells and whistles and all the facilities that you need that can house you and your family, but we're not trying to be down there. So, hence the term burn prevention. How can you prevent yourself from getting burned while cooking in the kitchen? Are your pot handles turned the right way? Is your fire set appropriately for what you're fixing? Ooh, we're gonna talk about crock pots too.
Yes.
I know y'all still leaving them crock pots on overnight.
And Crockpot, after they saw that they were in that episode of This Is Us, and that's where all this is coming from, guys. I watched your reaction to the This Is Us episode, and I'm like, I can take y'all to the source, and the source being Captain Eric, and you've seen him, and unfortunately, you see him the most when he's outside of a burning building and talking about the loss that so many families experience. So we were like, well, let's fix this. We saw that the Pearson family on This Is Us, they didn't have an escape plan, went back into a burning building, and they suffered the most major loss. And hopefully, no spoiler alerts. Hope everybody has seen that. And I said, well, Captain Jack, since I am coming back into the kitchen, and my habits in the kitchen are probably not the best, but it's coming back. But there's some things that we need to do. I've set off a smoke alarm or two, and I said, well, let's go ahead and talk to him. So today on Chandon's Corner with C. Chandon Carter and myself, Captain's going to join us, and we're going to talk about This Is Us, because this is us, and we want to make sure that we keep families safe, y'all. And, interesting enough, there's a lot that goes on during the wintertime, but then don't forget, spring is around the corner, summer's around the corner. There's a lot of bad habits we have with that as well. So we want to always keep touch with him. Captain Jack, do I need to bring you some soup?
Yes, ma'am.
So,
hey, I will take it. I will take it. I will get my soup on while we're talking safety. Soup and safety. How about that?
There you go. I know. I'm trying to get this done. In fact, I'm gonna bring some soup. So what I made here, Captain Jack, I was trying to show people that we can make a nice hearty meal within an hour. And you guys saw me rushing as well as trying to take some precaution, having that hot stove going on behind me while I'm live streaming. But what I did, and I have it ready here, guys, I made a hearty tomato soup. Last night we made a hearty French onion soup. This one, it looks good, it smells good, and I made, while Kat was talking, I made a piece of nice cheese toast with Italian 5-grain bread, right? So we just simply put our oil in the pan. We forgot to salt our onions. Put our onions in there, our herbs, mushrooms. We halved our tomato. Wait a minute. Instagram cut us off, y'all. Let me share that and get that back on there. And I was trying to save that. This saving. Okay, good. Okay, Instagram is tripping. What happened? Is Instagram timed? I think Instagram is timed. Let me go back live. I think Instagram has a time limit. All right, so Instagram. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys are back. This is part 2. Actually, this is the finale. And let me see. Make sure bring them on camera. He was in the Periscope. I mean the Instagram one. So. All right, so the finale was we just made our soup. Guys, you see that? Isn't that good and hearty? I'm going to actually put this in a cup and wrap it up and take it. I don't know if I'll put it in a bowl and take it with me. I'm too nervous to eat. But what I have here, here's our soup. I bring that over. There we go. Hearty tomato basil soup, which we actually add onions and mushrooms because we are a vegetable eating family. There's nobody up in here shy about eating. As a matter of fact, I think I am going to enjoy this bowl, and I'll take a cup and let them sample it. Because every time I go, I do radio on Wednesdays, guys. I do radio on Wednesdays and possibly sometimes Thursdays. And they always like, but you just came out of the kitchen. You didn't bring any food. So I'm going to find a container, and I'm going to make take some soup with me for them to sample. Let me get my sample on. Let me get my eat on. I put that baguette in there. I got the bread from Publix. You know, they make nice, fresh bread. Oh, listen to that crunch. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Let me see if Captain, come on back on while I taste. Y'all know I am not ashamed to eat. Hashtag feed a blogger. One of the reasons I want to eat more fresh vegetables because blogging about food over the last year, I put on an extra 15 to 20 pounds. Okay, I'm being liberal. No, I think Instagram has a time limit. I might have hit the time. Oh my God, y'all, this is so good. I would say I need a little bit more salt, and I think that goes back to the fact that I did not salt my onions. I think had I salted my onions in the beginning, let me see what happens here. Go live with Captain Eric. I think had I salted, I didn't hit my salt thing on there. But the basil is there, the thyme is there. Yeah, this is good. Oh my God, onions, the tomatoes, the heartiness of it is insane. So we got the bread. Let me see if I can show you guys. Can y'all see that? Look at that. Look at that. I think, oh my God, I'm trying to think what I need to do to it. I don't think I need to do anything. Can you hear Captain? This is so good. Captain, are you there? I don't have sound. Let me do it one more time. Hold on. Try to come back on. We don't have your sound. Look at that. I don't know which one I like better. Do I have to choose? All right, it is 12 o'clock. I need to get on the road because I don't know what traffic. Captain, I'm going to catch you on the thing there. So let me get on this road here. All right, let's go ahead. We don't want to share that one because that one didn't do anything. All right, let me see. A bit of salt and a shot of black pepper. Yeah, I think I need and I don't know if it's because of the tomatoes. Maybe I needed more salt because the other dish, the French onion, had the Worcestershire and the garlic. I probably could have used a little bit more garlic. I probably could use a little bit more salt. I think salt because of the onions and the tomatoes. Because all of the ingredients are there. There's the garlic. Yeah. I think because of the tomatoes, it needed a little bit more salt. I know it is mouthful. I'm sorry. I'm eating in front of everybody. Mm, 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 mm. And to know that I did this in 30 to 45 minutes without opening a can, without using any frozen food, that it was literally food that hadn't been on a tanker all over the place. You know, it literally came from the farm. And like I said, don't think you're going to be able to run up at any store and buy some vegetables and get this kind of results. You need to get, you need to know where you need to know, who's that? Chef and Pearl said, you need to know the source of your food. You need to know where it's coming from. Mm, 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 mm. This is so freaking good. I'm trying to think. And I keep saying I'm going to add salt, but you see I'm still eating. All right, so I am going to fix a cup of soup. Okay, stop. All right, guys, we're going to go. I need to be on the road by 12:30. So I'm going to head in. Last little dip of my lemon juice, lemon water. Lemon basil. Fresh basil in there, fresh herbs. OMG. So tonight when the family comes home, all they have to do is get them a big bowl, make them some toast like I just did. And they're going to be like, I know Mom cleaned that kitchen after she did that video. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more salt to this. And then I'm going to put my ingredients up. Oh! That was a marathon. I won't lie. That was a marathon. And you know what it is? It's that anxiety of being a mom. This ain't that book club. This was our book, Aisha Curry's cookbook. This wasn't a recipe from Aisha Curry's cookbook, but we are going to explore some of her recipes. So I'm going to, at this point, bid you. Hey, somebody's home early. What time is it? You home for lunch or? She told somebody came home for lunch, y'all. Alrighty, so I'm gonna bid you guys farewell. I will show you the bowl. I'll show you the bowl again. See that empty bowl. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Like I just wanted to show you guys that you could do it too. It doesn't have to be long as the videos and engagements that we've done, but 30 to 45 minutes. Just a little bit of prep, and then we were able to make a nice hearty homemade tomato basil soup, which we also threw in some onions and some mushrooms, and made it from scratch. And we're gonna enjoy it. I'm full, and oh my God! So I gotta find some. I gotta take some to the station because everybody's gonna want to taste it. All right. Thanks, guys. Y'all have a great day. Listen, go cook. This ain't that book club. We cook too. All right. Bye, guys.